Maria's wacky world.
Hello, friends. Tonight, I am in very loud downtown Orlando, and I just saw the Pablo Aragona Quintet at Judson's Live inside the Dr. Phillips Center. Yes, Pablo Aragona. That name might sound familiar to my loyal viewers because he was the mastermind behind Groove Royalty, the band I covered recently at the Rebel Sky Talent Showcase. Now, more about the concert I just saw in a moment. First, let's take a moment to talk about the Judsons Live venue. It was my first time there. Now, if you haven't been there yet, think of it as Dr. Phillips Center's love letter to every legendary listening room in the world, only with way better air conditioning and zero chance of sitting next to someone who brought their pet iguana. It's intimate, about 150 seats, table style, so you actually feel like part of the performance instead of part of a cattle drive. And the acoustics, much better than out here outside. Let's just say they designed this place so well, you could probably hear a bass player's self-esteem drop when they hit the wrong note. And there's food. Not your average, here's a bag of pretzels and a Diet Coke situation. No. We're talking a curated scratch kitchen menu of small plates developed by Chef Jason Klingersmith. You can share them, but why would you want to? There are great cocktails, an extensive brown spirits menu, and a fancy wine list, because nothing says I understand jazz like sipping a $19 glass of something you can't pronounce while pretending you know what syncopation means. Now, on to the main event. The Pablo Aragona Quintet, with 6 people actually on stage instead of 5. They had a special guest tonight. The group is led by Pablo himself, an Argentinian drummer and composer who plays with the precision of a Swiss watch, but the energy of a caffeinated hummingbird. This group blends Latin, tango, soul, funk, classical, and probably a few other genres I don't even have the vocabulary for. Their live show is fearless. They make bold improvisation look easy. And yes, they played Libertango and Adios Nonino, but this wasn't your typical we'll politely run through the hits type of night. No, this was we're going to take songs and bend them into shapes you didn't know existed, and you're gonna like it. The energy, it was infectious. The musicianship, flawless. And the crowd? Let's just say people were actually leaning in to listen. You know you're at a good concert when the audience is silent, except for the occasional mmm from someone having a jazz-induced epiphany. The quintet was born after Pablo decided to downsize from a 9-piece ensemble in 2017, apparently realizing that wrangling 9 musicians is like herding caffeinated cats, and 5 is just enough to be magical without requiring a group text that never ends. Since then, they've put out an album, Baco, and a few EPs, all full of original compositions that make you feel like you should be wearing a hat at a cooler angle. And you can also find them on Spotify. Each member of this band is so talented, it's borderline unfair. There's a telepathic connection between them, the kind where they can switch directions mid-song and still land together like Olympic synchronized divers. And the sound? Rich, layered, and at times so smooth you half expect Barry White to show up and narrate. If you get a chance to see them live, do it. I mean, seriously. Sell a kidney if you have to. Just make sure it's the kidney that you don't like. This is not your run-of-the-mill jazz night. It's a full-on musical experience that leaves you grinning like you just got away with something. So, Pablo Aragona Quintet at Judsons Live, 10 out of 10. Would attend again. Beautiful venue, masterful music, great food, and enough atmosphere to make you feel like you're part of some exclusive secret society, minus the weird initiation rituals. Now, if you've enjoyed this review, you know the drill. Click that like button like it owes you money. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss my next adventure. And leave a comment below telling me if you've seen Pablo live, or if you're just here because you thought Quintet was a new Marvel character. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
One more time, now don't be shy. Wacky World! That's Jim O'Rear's Wacky World! There's a UFO made of PVC, a werewolf at Denny's just sipping tea. Your roast your grandma for